Hey Blue Table fans, we're going to do a bat rep today. Before we start the bat rep, we're going to do a little bit of explanation of kind of what we end up doing every time we do a bat rep for Blue Table Painting. I'm here with Gene, and Gene brought this up as a good idea, so we're going to talk about it. We're talking about quick writing lists and basically where we come up our lists from.
Yeah, so pretty much today me and Thomas both drove here together and neither of us knew what army we were going to be playing or what models we'd have available. Usually we try to play what we think is the coolest army that looks the best, because that's usually the most fun.
Sorry to interrupt you, we do try to also, look at your comments and think, hey, we're going to try and do something a little bit different.
Yeah, always wanted to mix it up. And so we both got here, and I went down and I saw some really awesome looking Tyranids, and I haven't had the chance to play Tyranids before, which is usually a big factor in me wanting to play an army. Like last time I did Orcs, that was my first time with Orcs. Before that with Necrons, my first time Necrons. So I love trying out the new armies, and these guys, I mean, they just look really rad. So I went and I picked out some stuff. For troops, I've got 3 troops of 10 Termagants, which are the minimum for Termagants. So they're not very beefy, but hopefully they can hold some backfield objectives, and as long as I can keep things away from them, they should stay safe. Here's a big old squad of 20 Gene Stealers, and here in the front, the guy who's, totally rocking out on those bones, he's going to be their leader, which is pretty expensive for Gene Stealers. It costs like 46 points, but he gets really rad, gets really buff with it. Behind them here, we've got some Zoanthropes. They're really neat psychic guys. They're pretty much the only shooting I have in my army, but they've got some really nice psychic shooting stuff. It'll help with vehicles and Marines. Here we've got the Trigon, who's a big nasty man. He's gonna get in there and pop out of the ground and tear some stuff up. Some Lictors. I love the Lictors. I was debating between them and the special Lictor, the Death Leaper, who has a number of really hilariously named special rules, but I figured more is better with these guys. Just take a few there. Here, these nasty things. These are Shrikes, which are pretty much fast attack warriors with wings. They've all got scything talons, bone swords, lash whips, wings, so they're jump troops, which is pretty important when you're an assault unit in 6th. So really nice, nasty things. I love the guy here with he's even got 4 wings, because that's just how he rolls. He's more intense.
Can't really get a whole lot of detail going on here on this camera. I apologize, guys. Sean apparently lost the camera, so we have to use a smaller one than we would normally be using. So hopefully you guys are getting some good detail.
Okay. Over here we've got a Hive Tyrant with some Tyrant Guard. He's going to be having Hive Commander, which is going to help my guys with some reserve rolls, which I think is important when I've got my real heavy hitters coming in through the ground or on the side of the board, stuff like that. I'm also going with the Heavy Venom Cannon is what I'll be going with him. In addition to this, I couldn't fit it on the table, but there's 18 Gargoyles, which are just kind of little junky flying units, so you can imagine them flying overhead. And then here, right here in front of the Trigons, my allied contingent of Orcs, and wait a second, where'd the Orcs go? Did you guys eat the Orcs again? Oh man, this is why no one ever wants to ally with Tyranids, because they keep eating their allies. So,
well, Orcs are fungus. They're already pre-made food there.
Yeah, they were
already
shiitake Orcs, so quite tasty.
I'm face-palming right now,
yeah,
guys, just so you know.
So those are my Tyranids. A lot of heavy-hitting close combat units, which I think is going to do well against the Tau contingent, but I am concerned that there didn't end up being a whole lot of troops, so that may turn out to be my downfall, but
depending on the mission.
Depending on how it goes.
Yeah, we haven't pre-rolled. We don't know what the missions are, so. All right. So really what the point we were trying to bring up is that, often we don't know what's going to be available, and we always strive to have the best painted battle report, you know, all of our models painted and stuff, and maybe a theme that kind of fits together while we're playing on this awesome terrain too. So hopefully, you know, we're trying to present something that looks really nice, as well as bring in as much competitiveness as we possibly can, and have variety. You know, I mean, I could bring my Space Marines that are painted up every time, and Gene has painted Grey Knights, but we would just be playing the same thing over and over. Nobody really wants to see that. I mean, I don't really want to play it on a weekly basis against the same person. So, so it's, you know, give us some slack, and we're just letting you know that this is why sometimes we choose really ridiculous stuff.
They're not always going to be the most effective army lists, but I try to get variety in there, try to get some fun, and half the times the reason they aren't effective is just because I'm dumb. So it's half I'm dumb and half your entertainment. Yeah,
well, and yeah, sometimes we don't, you know, we're not quite as, we don't know quite as well what other codexes do other than what we play ours personally. All right, I wanted to try out a combination of Tau and Space Marines, because they are battle brothers and I haven't tried it yet. So this is 2,000 points. It kind of fitted into a kind of a overspent on some stuff. I brought Sicarius, some Thunderhammer Naders, and one Lightning Claw Nader. Crusader, 2 10-man tactical squads as my troops. They have Melta, Las Cannon, and Power Fist in there. Then I have a Tau contingent that's almost half the forces there. I've got a Tau leader. He has the plasma, the missile, and shield drone, and then the target lock. And then he's got actually these guys are the 2 bodyguards. They've got target locks as well. And then they're not mounted on here, but these guys have target locks as well. We're going to say that, well, they'll be hardwired or whatever, so there's some piece of jewelry or something in there. And then everyone has plasma and missile pods. And then this is an elite squad that has the same thing going on. I upgraded the leader so he could have a shield drone or a shield generator as well. 12-man squad of fire warriors with a leader, and then I brought a hammerhead with smart missile system, and then it also has the disruption pods, so he's obscured outside of 12 inches. So that's my army. Pretty small in comparison. That usually does happen though. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of I'm feeling confident that, you know, my naders will at least wreck some stuff. I'm hoping that they can get in combat with those Shrikes, because those Shrikes will not be happy to be in that situation. Yeah, and here's the table we're playing on. To define things ahead of time, we're going to say that each of these are considered to be area terrain. Each of these big chunks that are sticking up out of the ground, and then everything else will be just kind of as is. Those will be pillars. These will be, you know, runes if you're standing behind it, obviously. And then we're going to go ahead and just count this as normal ground, because if we count it as not normal ground, then it will be just ridiculously awful to walk across and take forever. And obviously whoever deploys in this corner will either be happy if it's me or sad if it's Gene. So let's go ahead and, Gene, you want to roll some dice to see what we're playing?
Let's do it. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Green dice will be deployment. Black dice will be what we're doing there.
Okay, so we got a 3 and a 6. So 6 is our mission, and 3 is our deployment. Okay. 6, I believe, is the football one.
The football one?
Yeah, the one where you have the relic.
Oh,
yep.
Right on.
6 is the relic, and then 3 is where I just had deployment here. 3 is our hammer and anvil deployment, so it's going to be the deep.
Ooh, the long
deep
board
deployment
edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and let's go for warlord traits.
All right.
So I'm going to go with a. I'm going to go with a. I'm going to go with a personal trait anyway. 6. So my leader is a scoring unit.
Okay.
It's really funny. All right, go ahead. What are you doing?
I'm doing the strategic traits.
Okay.
Go strategy. Oh, that's
fell right in a hole.
Nope. 4. I'm a strategic genius. while my warlord's alive, I can re-roll any reserves rolls, failed or successful. That's really nice.
That is pretty nice.
I'm really happy with that.
All right,
That's
well,
awesome.
let's roll off then. Let's see who goes first. Or who deploys first, I should say.
Okay. And
I got a 3.
2,
I'm going to go ahead and choose to deploy first. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and choose to deploy first.
Okay, good deal.
And I will take, I'll take this. You know, it's going to make your life easier if I deploy this one. I'm going to take this side over here. So I'll deploy, and then he'll deploy, and then we'll come back to see if he can seize. Okay, so we have deployed. I deployed over here on this side, just to make things easier for the number of miniatures that Gene had. And I kind of just chose to make a little armored group here in the middle of my deployment zone, knowing that he was going to have some deep strikers and some outflankers and stuff. I decided I wanted to try and kind of protect things. And this is the football mission, or the relic. Sorry, I keep calling it football mission, for those of you that aren't into American football. But I was able to use a scout rule because I have Sicarius, and Sicarius turns one of my tactical squads, gives one of them a special ability, and the one I chose is Scout. Scout allows you to redeploy anywhere in the table, 12 inches if you're infantry, 12 inches from where you originally were deployed. As long as you were outside 12 inches of the closest enemy, you can't charge on your first turn. But this was perfect for me because this is the goal. You know, I'm going after that. So I was able to do that, which will be, hopefully it will be an interesting gambit. And then, Gene, where did you deploy?
Okay, so for my termies, here was a nice, hot pool of funness, so they're just hanging out there, having a good time. Same thing with my Hive Lord. He found a nice little warm pool to chill out in and start the game on a good note. Here's my Shrikes. I put them over here so that they can have a pretty clear shot with their jump infantry to go in and try and get whoever is foolish enough to try and grab my relic. Also puts them a little bit far away from the Land Raider, which the termies inside are pretty much the only thing I wouldn't want to get into close combat with my Shrike unit. Other Termagants are here in the middle so that they can go in and shoot up whatever grabs the relic, or maybe even make a run for the relic themselves if it comes to that. Over here is my Gargoyles kind of protecting the Zoanthropes, because I feel the Zoanthropes are going to be a linchpin to my plans, both for being able to take out some Marines from afar with their AP3 blast, and for, frankly, getting rid of those vehicles. They're one of the few things I have that are going to be able to realistically deal with that threat and at least try to immobilize it.
Right.
In reserve, I have my Lictors, of course. My Gene Stealers are going to be infiltrating. Outflanking. My Trigon's going to be popping up out of the ground. I'm pretty happy that they're going to be coming up soon, because I'm a tactical genius. So
you had to re-roll.
Yeah.
And did you also choose the +1?
The commander. So
they come up on a 2 or better, and you get your re-roll. So they're pretty much all going to come up on turn 2.
So I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, at this point, I'm pretty happy with how things are going, because there's not a lot of resilient troops on either side, which in my eyes gives me the benefit to where if I can kill off the small little squads of the Fire Warriors and the tactical squads, then my Gene Stealers can make a run like Deion Sanders for that football and just grab it and run away and have good times.
All right, cool. Sounds good. We'll definitely see how it goes. You want to go ahead and try and seize the initiative right now?
I will. Let's seize that initiative.
It'll make me cry if you do. No, 3 will not
3.
seize. All right, so I'm going to make my moves, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, so I moved up. My jump pack infantry, they jumped over. These guys jumped to the side. Land Raider moved up the Fire Warriors. They were a little further back than I thought. I can't run with the relic, so these guys right here have seized the relic. Basically, I'm going to try and force him into coming and getting me. So we'll see what happens with that. He's going to probably oblige me very thoroughly on that. My stratagem is to hope that he'll be forced to bring the Shrikes in to either protect or stop me from running away with it. in which case I can pull out my Terminators and get rid of those strikes in close combat. Because I'm fairly confident I'll win that combat. Alright, so let's do some shooting. First thing first, I'm going to start with my railgun. It's going to go ahead and use its solid shot, so it's strength 6 AP4, large blast. And I see this nice little target of termagants right there that are out in the open. And I'm just going to put it on them. So that'll hit. That's all of them. So there's 10. And strength 6, they're toughness 3, so 2s will kill them because they're out in the open. You can choose to go to ground to get a 6-up cover save if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Okay. 9 of them are going to take wounds.
Okay.
So 9 6-up saves.
All right. Here you go, guys. Burrow into the ground.
No, hold on. Maybe you can't. You're fearless, right?
They're within 12 inches of the synapse,
so you can't go to ground. You can't voluntarily go to ground.
Because of his tactical genius, he tells them with his mind powers to not burrow into the ground.
So 9 of them die.
9 of them just die. You might be wondering why he would do that if he's a tactical genius, but, you know, I know not to question him.
It's tactically genius, I tell you.
It is. He's smart. He's bug smart.
He's bug smart.
Yep.
He's got some skills.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these guys right here are going to try and finish them off.
Okay.
So I've got 3 bolters and 3 bolters.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I moved. They're going to be rapid fire. No, they can still shoot and move. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Remember that. The game is different from what it used to be. All right,
yep.
So 3 bolters.
Okay.
3 hits.
3
Looking
hits.
for 3s to wound you. All right, you're dead.
Okay.
So he's
Dead
gone.
times.
So that'll be first blood to me.
Sad day.
I will accept. All right, switching targets. These guys right here are going to shoot their missile pods into the zone thropes there.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure they all have the same ballistic skill. This is where if I had looked at all the Tau equipment, I would know what it is that I really want to have on these guys. Because they're currently ballistic skill 3, and there's some item in here that increases their ballistic skill. I just didn't know which one it was.
The marker light, you mean?
Is it the marker
You
light?
shoot something with the marker light and Tau get more accurate.
No, but they have something they can put onto their I think they have something they can put on their suit.
Okay.
Anyway, so here's the missile pods. They're 2 shots, strength 7, AP4. So they're going to go after those. They need 4s to hit.
Okay.
So 5 there. These guys are cocked.
Guys are cocked.
So 3 hits.
Okay.
And looking for 2s. So 2 wounds on your.
Okay.
I rolled it last time, so I'll roll again. Oh, 1 wound.
1 wound. Okay. All right. Now, note I didn't put my zoanthropes in cover for 2 reasons. 1, those big old brains are really hard to hide. And 2, they have a 3-up invul.
Yep.
So I don't even ask him what his nasty missiles do, because I've got an invuln. And is that cocked, do you think?
Yeah, you know what? This board is crazy. So let's make a decision right now.
Okay.
If it's mostly up, let's go ahead and just say it's up, face up.
I can live with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. So you're fine. All right. We're gonna go after. The Land Raider is going to check its range.
Okay.
Yeah, Land Raider is going to go ahead and put a bunch of firepower into that.
Into those
guys.
termies. Okay.
So I've got 1 weapon gets to fire normally, and then snap fire with the other things. But I have power of the machine spirit, so I'm going to assault cannon's normal, and this hurricane bolter is normal. So here's the normal hurricane bolter. That one was definitely cocked anyway. Normal hurricane bolter hits.
Okay.
Snap fire hurricane bolter.
Oh.
That's cocked.
Oh.
Holy crap. Okay. And twin linked. You know, yeah, okay. Those are good.
Yeah.
And then assault cannon. Twin linked. They all hit.
Okay.
And the multi-melta.
Oh.
Golly.
Oh. Maybe we ought to get a box of some kind.
I might regret it, but I'm going to use the box. I'm going to use the box of doom.
The box
All right,
of doom has returned.
Here, this is string 6 from the assault cannon. It'll wound 3 times.
Okay.
And then the hurricane bolter will wound 1 time.
Okay.
So total of 4 wounds, right?
Okay. And it's just the 5-up lava save.
5 up, yeah. You're standing in area 3. As we
Go
defined it.
lava save.
So
And
3 of them died.
okay. I like to think that 7 of them still live. That's how I look at it.
All right. I'll give you that. That's fine. We'll go ahead and shoot these guys. I'm going to do some pre-measuring.
Okay.
He's a little short for the plasma. But we could plasma, 2 of them could plasma those guys. Might do that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and plasma these guys here. So here's my smart missile systems. These are the regular guys. 1 hit.
Okay.
And the sergeant guy, or the leader, he's got ballistic skill 5.
The Shasalaka.
Yeah, so he hits, and then plasma from him, 1 he hits, and a plasma from the other guy does hit as well. So looking for 2s. It's all looking for 2s.
Okay.
So 5 more saves.
All right. Oh.
The forward body is amazingly awesome, but totally awful to play.
To roll
to
dice
roll
on.
Yeah. So
Okay.
probably these 4.
So, one of them was saved by the lava.
All right.
Okay.
Probably out of range with everything else. Can't run. So these guys here are gonna run
Okay.
2 inches.
2 inches.
Oh, you know what I got? I have las cannons that I forgot about. I'll shoot those right now. I'm gonna shoot a las cannon here into a zoanthrope.
All right. Zoa.
Hit.
Hits.
Does a wound.
Does a wound.
Don't roll a 1 or a 2, or else one of your zoanthropes goes pow.
No, not my Zoa. Zoanthropy. Oh no, my Zoa.
He pops.
Oh,
Popped his face with my
that's
las
a shame.
cannon. All right, cool. I got this one. This one's can see 2. Check
Okay.
range.
They're sniping him out.
Yep, got range.
Okay.
You would get cover save from this. Not that it matters. Las cannon hits.
Hits.
Doesn't wound, or does wound. Sorry.
Does a wound.
So don't roll another 1 or 2.
Come on, Zoe.
No, he's good.
That's 3. Good job. Good job, you guys.
I ran 2 inches with those guys.
Okay.
And I think I'm ready. I think it's your turn. Sir.
All right. Good deal. I'll move and we'll be back.
Yep.